Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I'm really compelled to do this video right now. Um, Long story short, this is a testimony how gracious and how forgiving and generous the Lord is. I don't know how many people know it, but I am a Christian. I do on almost every day read read at least one verse. I do read out of my Bible every day. My faith is very strong. Um, Today, got up in the morning, got the kids up, got them on their internet schooling, did my thing. They wanted to do something, went up to Tractor Supply, got some cutting wheels for my grinder, my 4-inch grinder, because I was working on my 1980 GMC truck. And long story short, my older son came home from work, and we started talking because at one point he did drive the truck through high school and for a few years after high school, and was interested in my work on it. And I enjoy spending time with my son. It's very important to me. So I spent time with him instead of doing what I had planned on getting done. When he finally, conversation was ended, I was in a rush and went back to work on the truck. As a result of me rushing, I ended up in the hospital. I try to see it. Right angle grinder with a cutoff wheel slipped, and I cut into my arm pretty deep. Cut the muscle, cut a tendon, um, got a bunch of stitches, and yeah, not part of the master plan. But the fact of the matter is, this is my testimony of how righteous and how just and how forgiving the Lord is, because, just like Baron Independence said, thank you, Lord, for trusting in a POS like me. Um, Here's the cut. Let me see if I can get it. If it was right there, I probably would have bled to death. If it was a little bit, it was two cuts. If it was one cut, I'd have no motion in my hand because I would have cut my tendons. One of the tendons got clipped, um, but not badly. Uh, in the grand scheme of things, I really, really got off easy. And tomorrow I'll get up in the morning and get up with the kids, and I'll probably go back to work on the truck. But a bunch of stitches later and a few hours in the emergency room, could have been a whole bunch worse. But for the good Lord looking out for me. So I just feel kind of compelled to give praise to the Lord for looking after me. And what could have been really bad is not so bad. And as on the other side of the coin, as a prepper, you can prep for everything. But if this was grid down, no hospitals, no nothing, one of my lacking preps is the last tube of crazy glue I had. I put a rearview mirror back on a windshield of a car, and first instinct was wash it out real good and pull it back together and glue it, but I had no glue, so that's something I'm gonna have to get tomorrow. The if it should get infected, I got a prescription for some antibiotics. They pumped me up with antibiotics at the hospital. If this was a true big problem with the world, the real apocalypse and not this pandemic that's going on right now, this could be a life-threatening thing. It could put a lot of people in danger that are close to me. But but it wasn't. I went in because of everybody cleared out because of the pandemic. I was in and out in a couple of hours instead of all freaking day. The but tomorrow, like I said, I will go get some crazy glue so that if I had to, I could glue it back together myself. If I have to, I will. I do have butterfly stitches. This was a little bit big for them. A little bit too big, a little bit too deep, a little bit too much. The emergency room right now, because everything's up and operating, was the right choice. But I want to give thanks to the Lord for it not being a much worse. The thing jumped out of cut off wheel binded and jumped out of its where it was cutting, and it wound up jumping across my arm. It could have jumped across my chest. It could have jumped across my stomach, where I'd need surgery to have a mesh implant and my stomach muscles glued back together. It could have been a hell of a lot worse than it was, but it wasn't. And this is all the good graces of the Lord. So that's my thing for today. You all take care and God bless.